Welcome to Newbie Sports. I'm coming at you from the San Diego airport. Yeah, another unorthodox place. I just wanted to get my thoughts on out there before the end of the night. The Cougars. The Cougars, another comeback win. I really wish that we wouldn't be in the position that we'd have to have a comeback win, but what a comeback win. No points allowed in the second half. And how horrible was that game reffed? Good grief. The officiating on both sides of the field was awful. I think that's the most I've ever heard the announcers be like, I don't think that was a penalty, or that should have been a penalty. Let's bring our rules expert in to confer. Yeah, you guys are right. The refs got it wrong here. So, all of that ridiculousness. The first 12-win season for BYU since 2001. Good job, Cougars. We'll talk about the Cougars later on in the season. But yeah, that's not all we have to talk about today. A little birdie told me that a certain coach from a certain city in the capitals of Utah got a certain coaching job in the East. Kyle Whittingham is going to be the new head coach of Michigan, and I think this is a great opportunity for him. It was pointed out to me that if he's good enough to coach at Michigan, why on earth are you letting him go? And yeah, I kind of agree with that. Why are you letting him go? But yeah, what are you gonna do? He said that he was ready to retire. You've had this theoretically really good coach in waiting, and if he doesn't leave now, you might lose your chance to get this guy. But Kyle's been the guy. He's been the reason Utah has their name over the past 20 years. So I don't understand why you let Kyle go if he's not ready to retire yet. And so there's that. But in addition to that, some parties involved are not letting him coach Utah's bowl game. I have a big problem with that. I have a lot of issues with things that Kyle has said and game field decisions that he's made, but he should be allowed to reap the rewards of his final season at Utah. He should be allowed to coach this game. I haven't heard a single argument that's a good one. Oh, it's a conflict of interest. Michigan's not involved in this game. Michigan has no stakes in this game. Oh, he can't work there and work there. What? Where is the conflict of interest? Who is being harmed by him being there? And it's not like Lane Kiffin. It's not like Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin left willingly, by his own choice, not Ole Miss's. And he left in a disastrous, and we have all the sounds of airport stuff here, but I just wanted to make sure that we got this video here. This is not Lane Kiffin's situation. Kyle was forced out. Lane Kiffin chose to leave. So this is a difference in kind. Kyle should be coaching this game. And I think they might lose if Kyle doesn't. There's a locker room problem if Kyle doesn't coach this game. So I'm still going to make my prediction that they win, but it's a lot less likely if Kyle's not on that field. And I think it's incredibly disrespectful to this coach that he's not. Dude, either it's Utah saying, hey, you've given us 20 plus great years, peace out. Or it's Michigan saying, we want you to work for us, but we don't want you to do anything for the season that you've just achieved. And that sets up a negative relationship just anyways. I think that Michigan had the greatest hand to play in this. I didn't look at all the details. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think that Michigan had the biggest say in this matter. And they're trying to assert some level of control over this whole situation that they've found themselves in because of how absolutely horribly they handled this Sherrone Moore situation. And if that's not his name, I'm very sorry. But yeah, that's probably what his name is. But I have a tendency to forget things or get names confused. But yeah, so far BYU won, absolutely awesome. Special teams, we got to fix our special teams by next year, as all of our losses and or key bad moments have been because of special teams or turnovers, and turnovers just got to get fixed just anyways. But BYU's got to work on their special teams. And then Utah, I do not understand why they're not allowing Kyle to coach this game. Let him coach his final game. Very disrespectful. On to the rest of the NCAA. As of now, it's looking like the SEC is going to be winless in bowl season so far. And I don't count the playoff games so far. I consider the playoffs, and the bowls. I don't consider the playoffs bowls. I understand that you have bowl games in the playoffs. I consider them a different category of things. So you have Virginia that's just about to win against Missouri, and you have LSU who just scored, who just put up 14 unanswered points against Houston, who then put 14 unanswered points against them, and possibly had put up 17 since I started this video. They were about to kick a field goal when I started. But I wanted to make this video now so that I wouldn't forget this detail. Why on earth is Lane Kiffin even there? Why is he there? Why is he there? Why is he on camera? Why are you interviewing Lane Kiffin, the next year's coach of LSU, during the first third of the second quarter? Have it be a halftime segment. Have it between quarters. Why are you doing it during the game? And instead of this interview, why don't we actually show the 4th and 1 conversion from Houston? And why don't we actually show the touchdown and commentate on the touchdown to tie the game? Why are we talking about Lane Kiffin? Why are we having Lane Kiffin be the focus right now while there's a football game going on? A football game where Lane Kiffin's team is actually putting up not so great a defensive showing right this second. Why don't we show it? I'm not liking any bit of this Lane Kiffin situation, and I hope that Houston continues to steamroll and continues to put on a good showing. It did not start this game very, very well, but we'll see how it goes, and we'll see if Virginia has wrapped things up by the time I conclude this video. They were just about to wrap things up at the time I made this video. But, yeah. Good job, Cougs. Good job, Kyle, on your new job. I hope it's okay. I think you're going to do well there, but I think they might try to exercise unrighteous dominion over you. And I don't think that's going to be good. But I think you might be able to find success there. And then, hopefully the SEC will be winless throughout this first day of the bowl games for the SEC. And this has been Newbie Sports.